Hello, everybody, and welcome to the next episode of our Coventry City Save. This is our last save on FM18, and our only save really for streaming and YouTube. Our aim is to get Coventry now into the Premier League before FM19 comes out, so that's the big push. And so far, so good. Number one at the moment, 14 wins in 19. So yeah, we're doing very well so far. Got a good lead over Middlesbrough. Um, but yeah, this is where this is what's been happening so far. So last time showed you we hadn't played from Leeds all the way down. I don't think, but we've had some good results here against like Swansea and Newcastle. Leeds United, we were 2-0 up, unfortunately, due to some absolute madness. They scored three in the last like 10 minutes of the game. I was at home, so I was a little bit annoyed with that, but onwards and upwards, I suppose. We went into the Fulham game, we beat them 3-1. Um, sorry, the Ipswich game, we beat them 3-0, and then we moved on to the Carabao Cup game. We played really well, but we were always going to lose against a Premier League team. We then moved down into Fulham, won again, and then we got another loss against Bristol away, which was, not as infuriating as the home one, shall we say, but it was still annoying because you were sort of thinking, yeah, we won two in a row now in the Sky Bet Championship, we were going to move on and with a third and blah blah blah, but no, it didn't happen. But then after that, we got a thumping win, 4-0 away, and then another one at Nottingham Forest, which was like very frustrating. We were 3-0 up at that one, and then unfortunately 3-all by come the end of the game. But we've got on this little bit of an unbeaten run since Bristol, so it's not too bad. We've got a very tough game against Norwich next. We've seen through the tough period of Middlesbrough Derby and so on and so forth. So that's good. We've got through those games. A little bit of another tough game coming up now against Norwich. Um, so slightly annoying, but never mind. So moving into the team now, I've changed the preferences as well, so it's in dark mode, and I've also had a little play with these colours of the attributes to make it stand out a little bit more. Um, we've got a few players in for free. I know the transfer window's closed, sorry, but we've managed to get in a couple of players for free. We lost Burge for injury for 7 weeks, so I got this guy in as a kind of replacement. So we've got a very good goalkeeper going forward for the future. Even though we've got Blackman in as well, but he's kind of like only on loan, so we managed to get in this guy for a permanent deal. He came in for free stuff, made 2 appearances. We've got a couple of youth players in as well. We're looking as well for investment at the same time because we need to make money with Coventry. We got this guy in. He's not exactly, the best player in the world, but he's not too bad at all. 19-year-old Dutch player. Got him in for nothing as well, hoping his value raises up a little bit. What else did we get? We got Zaruki in, I think. Good player, but his attributes are going down, so we might need to work on some of his training. Yeah, and speaking of training, we've been working them very hard. Lots of individual training going on. Most of their hours going up. There's a few going down. These are just the people that aren't really playing. But yeah, a lot of arrows going up there. We've really worked them hard. They haven't had many injuries. We've had Burge and one or two other minor injuries. I think the longest secondary injury we had was Clark Harris for 2 weeks. But generally speaking, we've had no injuries this season. Even though I've been working players with extra training and so on and so forth. So yeah, this was all looking good. All looking good in terms of our training. All looking good in terms of our performances generally. Our push for the Premier League is pretty much going well so far. We're nearly halfway through the season. The only other thing that happened during the stream, and hasn't happened since the last episode, was that we actually had a financial takeover, which boosted our finances massively. You can kind of see like where we've been steady all the way along with that overall balance, and then all of a sudden with the takeover, it shot right up. So good stuff there. Hopefully, January transfer window might get a little bit of a budget, but at the same time, if the squad doesn't if the squad doesn't get injured and it stays injury free, I'm pretty happy with the way the squad is. So yeah, it's all looking good in terms of the finances to take over. Hopefully, some more investment in the future. We have actually invested in our training facilities, which is good. So we've got some new training out soon. That's next season that'll be, but by that point, FM19 might be out anyway. I'll try and power through this season as quick as possible, and then try and do a Premier League season before 19 comes out. That's probably the main aim, I'd say, actually. And then when FM19 comes out, we'll go back into Coventry City and do it all again and see whether pick up some similar players, see if they're as good as in 19 as they are in this game. Some of these are pretty good, like Campos is a very good player. You know, he's an exceptional player actually. Got who else have we got? We've got Felivi, who's a pretty damn good player. He's the assist king. We call him the assist king because he gets loads of assists this season, more than goals. This guy as well. I mean, he was free. He was free, and his training really well. All these arrows went up, you know, for a short period, and he's just turned into an absolute superb player. Really, I'm hoping his value flies up because, for me, he's a Premier League midfielder. What else have we got? We've got Sheaf. He should still be decent in 19, I'd imagine. So yeah, there's a couple that I'd like to bring in. Zalo, hopefully. You know, but we'll see what happens when 19 comes out. We'll probably play and stream the beta. But yeah, that's about it for this episode. Really, it was just an update. I can show you like some of the highlights, I guess. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's have a look, shall we? Let's have a look through some of our wins. Let's see. Let's go with the turnaround. Let's go with the turnaround game, the 4-0 thumping of Rotherham. So this is where our form has been good so far, and since I think I just put key highlights there. I should have put goal really. Been trying different tactics in corners as well, passing out to a go-go. It's kind of working actually. Usually get the ball back in the box. It sort of pings around everywhere. But yeah, Campos is absolutely fantastic. Such a good little player, just running down the wings. He has got quite a lot of pace. He's not the fastest in the game, obviously, but he seems to always produce a lot of pace. And Clark Harris is at long last finally scoring those headers after a long like period. We'll move on to the next goal. Yeah, he was going through this drought of heading it wide and heading it over and heading it onto the bar, but he finally starting to bang in some headers. I'm not sure what that one was. What did we miss there? I can't remember. Penalty miss? Because we've also had a habit of our players missing penalties, which is a little bit annoying. Yeah, I don't know why that one didn't stand. That looked onside, didn't it? Let's have a look at that again. I don't know. Madness. But anyways, that was the turning point. We won 4-0, and since then we've kind of had a nice little unbeaten run. We're scoring plenty of goals, but we're also leaking a few as well. Let's have a look actually and see how the other teams are doing that came up. It was Charlton, who have gone into the relegation zone. That is pretty bad because they beat us early on in the season and they were up here at the top end. So they could be heading back down. They could be going back down. Sunderland are now doing well because Sunderland started the season off very badly. They were down here. Charlton were up there. So now they've swapped places. So yeah, we're doing pretty well. Newcastle in good form. Look at that. So they're going to be a tough team to play. But yeah, I think all is going well in this campaign. That's about it for this episode. Let's wrap that up. We know where we stand in it. So yeah, I just thought I'd keep showing everybody who's interested that how we're getting on in this campaign. But that's about it for this episode. So thank you everyone for coming. Thank you everyone for watching. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Down below is all the links to the social media and the Twitch channel. Give them a check out and a follow. That'd be great. Thank you very much. Bye now.